Welcome, boys and girls, as we continue our study of the five themes of geography. Now, we've already learned two of those themes, and today we're just going to continue on with another two. Please remember that the word Mr. Help will help you as you're trying to identify, which is our content standard, the five themes of geography. We have M for movement, R for region. The HE will be combined for human environment interaction, the L for location, and the P for place. Today, we're going to be looking at the human environment interaction and place. And again, we're going to use Minecraft to do that. So let's get started. First off, human environment interaction. Well, what does that mean? Well, that's how humans interact with their environment. So Minecraft is a great example of this because you are constantly interacting with your environment. For example, you have to adapt to what environment that you're in. Let's check this video out for example. So, depending on where you are and the resources that you have at your disposal, you're going to be able to adapt and build things. You're, of course, going to be breaking things down and harvesting them and using them to create new things. And so it's important that as you're crafting or as you're gathering things for your inventory, that you use the entire environment. And again, depending on where you are in Minecraft, you have to adapt to that environment. Also, we have depend. Now, this one's a big one too. So let's talk about depending on things. Well, you depend in your environment on things that help you to survive. We depend on the food and resources that are there. We depend on the things that we are going to create when we're in our environment, like the houses and the structures that we build to keep us safe or to keep the cold out whenever the weather's really, really bad. So we depend on a lot of the things in our environment. And therefore, we are interacting with those things. And finally, we have modify. Now, we as humans can modify the environment. Again, as you're creating and doing things in Minecraft, you are constantly modifying your environment and creating new things and doing new things and interacting. But with that in mind, besides modifying your environment, sometimes modifications can be negative, like a landfill. We can modify our environment in both positive ways, but then also in negative ways as well. So this is human environment interaction, another theme of geography. Again, how people are in working in their environment and interacting with it. All right. Finally, we have our word place for today. So again, we've done human environment interaction, and now the next theme, place. So when you're looking at place, there's actually two things to look at. First off, you want to look at the physical place. So place is in terms of the physical aspects of place. So when I look at a place, the landforms, the bodies of water, the climate, the vegetation, the animal life that may be there. So as I'm looking at these different places, I'm looking at these physical characteristics. Okay, again, landforms, bodies of water, climate, vegetation, animal life. These are all things that are going to go into a place. Now, besides that, place also has cultural characteristics. So, not just its actual physical things, but also cultural. So, when you think of culture, you should be thinking of a few things here. You can think of the architecture, what they use to build, what their buildings look like, the food that they eat, the language that they speak, um, the population density. So, if I'm in a big city like this, I'm going to have a wide variety of population. It's going to be very, very dense with a lot of people living there. But then you could have other places that you go to where the population density may not be as large. It may be much smaller than that. And also the language. If I go to a place like this one, for example, it says Oriental on there. It could be referencing maybe Japan or China. That's going to be different food. That's going to be different language. So when you think of this theme of geography, the place, you know that place could mean either physical things in that place or cultural characteristics of that place. So these are going to be the two themes that we're looking at today. Now that you've finished this video and using Minecraft to help you understand a little bit more about those characteristics, of geography, you now are going to be looking a little bit deeper and answering some questions and doing some activities to show what you know about your next two themes of geography.